So our next talk is going to be from Charles. Charles is one of the key members of Flower. He's built so many things that I'm sure many of you use on a daily basis. And today he's going to be talking to you about Flower Intelligence. So with that, hand over to Charles. All right. Hello, everyone. Really exciting to be talking to you about Flower Intelligence today. But first, I wanted to begin with a story. So, no, I'm not going to talk about Bird again. Rather, I want to talk about this application that you might recognize. So, Google Photos. This app from Google has more than 1.5 billion active users and more than 9 trillion photos hosted on it. So I think we can all agree that it's a pretty successful app. And I strongly believe that this success is in part tied to the fact that back in 2015, when it launched, they introduced a lot of pioneering AI features. So here we just have a few examples of the features they made available. Some of them came a bit later, but the original AI feature that kind of set the app apart was the like LLM search or natural language search. And I think this is some examples that show that Google Photos was never just a photo gallery. And in fact, they developed a system that leveraged both cloud AI and also local AI for some of the features. And all of those features were actually pretty complex, especially at the time, to get working right. And the strength of the app, I guess, was to hide all of this complexity and make it a seamless experience for the user. But we are actually interested in this complexity. So if we dive first on the local side, to make this work seamlessly, you need to make sure that your inference engine works with different operating systems, which have different APIs available, different CPU architectures, and also you might need to quantize your model to make sure that it fits into a limited amount of available memory. You also might need to handle some painful scheduling restrictions. And once you have done all that, and probably many other things, you also need to deploy a scalable infrastructure, make sure that all communications are encrypted. And if you really care about your users' privacy, you also want to make sure that the inference runs inside a trusted environment and that no user data can be exposed at any point. And you might even want your system to be able to fall back to local inference in case no internet connection is available. I do believe that this was not part of the original Google Photos feature set, but this is still something that you might want. And so when we consider all that, it's no surprise that Google Photos was and is probably maintained by a large group of people from one of the biggest corporations in the world. And this is great. They continue to push innovation forward. But we would also love to empower more people to build amazing AI apps, kind of lower the barrier of entry, making sure that anyone that has a great idea is able to materialize it. And so, sorry about that. This is kind of the main slide, so there's a bit of a build-up. This is perfect. Hope it. Probably because I put a GIF on it. Right. All right, just for the AV people, if you can remove the GIF, it should be loading, and it's fine. We won't have the beautiful GIF. All right. Yeah. All right. So, okay, this is a bit less dramatic. I guess we skipped the important slide. But the point is that we have built Flower Intelligence exactly for this purpose. So, as Daniel mentioned earlier, Flower Intelligence is an open source on-device AI framework with confidential remote compute capability. And so all of those complex implementation requirements are already taken care of with Flower Intelligence, allowing the users to focus on actual features instead of being slowed down by all those steps we outlined before. So, for instance, with Flower Intelligence, you don't have to worry about OS compatibility, because we made sure that there were SDKs available for the biggest platforms. We also distribute different versions of models depending on the device's capabilities. And as you know, at Flower Labs, privacy is of the utmost importance for us. So not only did we introduce end-to-end encryption for our SDKs and for our remote inference system, but we also introduced confidential compute so that even the inference runs inside a trusted environment, and that at no point any prompts or responses can be accessible. And today I'm pleased to announce that Flower Confidential Remote Compute is now available in public beta. So, wait. I think the slides are not okay. Oh, there you go. Beautiful. So yes, sorry about that. Flower Confidential Remote Compute is now available in public beta. You can scan the QR code now, but I'll also show it later during the presentation. So just to recap, Flower Intelligence is an open source framework for running private hybrid inference seamlessly on any device. And one thing I didn't mention yet, which I think is great, is that you do not need to refactor your whole code base to use it. Indeed, we made sure that it was compatible with existing like standards. So we made it compatible with the OpenAI APIs. So here you see the JavaScript code for OpenAI, and now this is the code for Flower Intelligence. So this is for on-device inference, and you can see it's exactly the same, just the client instantiation changed. So I can only encourage you to go and try it out. All those available, sorry about that. All those SDKs are already available and open sourced. And you can find the documentation at flower.ai/docs/intelligence. And note that by default, without an API key, all of the inference you will run will be local. And so if you want to try out Flower Confidential Remote Compute, you can go to flower.ai/intelligence to sign up and try it out. Yeah. So if you scroll down on the Flower Intelligence, flower.ai/intelligence page, you should see this, and you can sign up there. And finally, as mentioned earlier by Daniel, the experimental browser he demoed was built using Flower Intelligence. And I think this is really This also shows that not only we have built this great framework, open sourced it, but also we've built something useful with it. And it also allowed us to improve the framework itself and make it better. And so if you want to try out this experimental browser, you can also sign up to the waiting list. So this would be at flower.ai/early. I'm sorry for all the links and QR codes. I will just post a slide at the end showing everything. But first, I just quickly wanted to recap what we've talked about. So with Flower Intelligence, we essentially aim to empower anyone to build powerful, private, cross-platform AI with minimal overhead. And yes, here are the QR codes if you want to scan them. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Charles, for persevering too with a few technical difficulties. Are there any questions from the audience? We have time for one. Yeah, the gentleman right there. The mic is coming. Just a short one.
Is the confidential compute using some sort of hardware trust execution environment?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So it's using the latest NVIDIA
The
GPUs.
TDX or something? Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
And just a quick note, feel free to come and talk to me later at the reception if you have more questions.
Great. Well, thank you, Charles. Thank you once again.